Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, our mission goes a bit beyond just saying thank you. We want to really explore some thoughtful, meaningful ways to show gratitude to veterans. We've gathered some sources that offer, specific gift ideas, focusing on things that really aim for impact this Veterans Day.
Exactly. And this isn't just about a shopping list. It's more about understanding the thinking behind the gesture itself. Veterans Day is, it's a deeply important day for honoring courage, dedication, sacrifice. And the real challenge, I think, for a lot of people and organizations is finding something that feels like more than just a nice item. It needs to be a genuine symbol of respect, something tangible.
Absolutely. And looking through the sources, you can see appreciation sort of falls along a spectrum. You've got everything from, solutions for honoring huge groups at once, maybe at an event, right down to really personal, high-impact gestures. Okay, let's unpack this. What kinds of categories are we seeing here? How do they differ in scale and intent?
Well, we can probably break it down into maybe three main areas. First, you have the efficient, sort of high-volume tokens for wider distribution. Then there are more formalized, lasting honors. And finally, things that are more about practical, everyday reminders. If you're trying to thank, say, hundreds of veterans at a parade, logistics become, paramount.
Right, and that's where some sources pointed to specific solutions, like those Tandiamo gift sets.
Right.
They seem designed for exactly that kind of high-volume situation.
Yeah.
And it's not just throwing items in a bag. The sources really highlight the idea of a complete bundle. Like, you get durable keychains, patriotic ones, acrylic, but they come with pre-folded thank you cards, even the little bags to put them in, ready to go.
Ready to give. And that insight is key because for mass recognition events, time is often the biggest constraint, right? These prepackaged sets offer consistency, make sure everyone gets the same respectful token, and save a ton of prep time. And the materials themselves, like mentioning fade-resistant acrylics, specific images like flags, eagles that suggest a desire for even these small tokens to last, beyond just the day.
That makes a lot of sense. But does focusing so much on bulk risk making the gesture feel, less significant? Which kind of leads to the next question. How do we bridge that gap, go from thanking many people broadly to a more focused, maybe more formal, dignified kind of appreciation?
Yeah, good point. And the sources handle that transition quite well when they discuss things like recognition awards. A good example is the Veteran Day lapel pin set. The critical difference here, I think, is the emphasis on dignity and presentation. These aren't just novelty pins, they're positioned as formalized recognition pieces.
I did notice the sources got really specific about the quality there. They mentioned 24K gold plating. It's polished resin coating. Why focus so much on those details? Is it just marketing spin, or is there something more to it? Does it connect back to respect?
Oh, definitely. It serves a really important purpose. The sources suggest that using premium materials, that gold plating, the careful finish, it elevates the object. It's not a souvenir anymore. It's closer to an official honor. A higher quality finish means it looks right when worn formally on a suit, maybe a uniform, even a hat. And they also mentioned the backing, that secure military clutch style. That little detail ensures it stays put, symbolizing perhaps that the honor itself is secure, meant to be kept.
Ah, I see. So that attention to detail, making the object itself kind of reflect the value of the service, really underlines the meaning. The sources frame these as enduring awards, suitable for people retiring from any branch: Army, Navy, Marines, Coast Guard.
Exactly. It sends a signal. This recognition isn't disposable. It's meant to last, meant to be worn with pride for years to come.
Okay, so now let's shift gears a bit. We've talked about wearables, recognition items. What about appreciation that actually changes the space? Either someone's personal space or a public area. Here's where it gets really interesting. Because the sources give examples of these big visual tributes, and they contrast private decor with public statements.
Right. This strategy is all about visible commitment, making the appreciation seen. The sources bring up things like the soldier large wall art, the patriotic flag canvas. This is clearly meant as a high-impact personal tribute. It's a big statement piece combining military imagery, the flag, and its large format. We're talking, 30 by 60 inches? It's substantial.
And the sources really stress the visual quality, high-def prints, vivid, durable inks, premium canvas. It's framed as sophisticated patriotic decor, something that serves as a constant daily reminder of the veteran service and identity right there in their own home or maybe their office. An effortless monument almost.
Precisely. An effortless personal monument. And that contrast with public display is important. While the canvas is private, public acknowledgement shows that communal gratitude. And that's where something like the Veterans Day decorations banner fits in.
Okay, so this banner tackles the need to visibly create that respectful, celebratory vibe in a public space, someone's yard, a community center, maybe a business front. It's described as pretty large, durable polyester, resists fading, wrinkling, meant to hold up.
And what's really key about the banner, according to the sources, is its versatility and the fact that it's reusable. The design works not just for Veterans Day, but also Memorial Day, Independence Day, other patriotic occasions. So it allows communities or businesses or even just families to publicly show that honor year after year. It basically turns a fence or a wall into this recurring statement of collective appreciation. It addresses that, perhaps, emotional need for veterans to actually see their service being honored by the community they served.
I like that distinction. The canvas is the private pride. The banner is the public thank you. Okay, let's move to our last category. This one integrates appreciation into something really fundamental. A veteran's daily routine. We're talking about practical gifts that carry maybe a hidden message. The example here was the veteran camo army socks for men.
Yeah, this is maybe the most subtle approach, but potentially quite powerful.
Yeah.
It's taking something used every single day, a basic necessity like socks, comfortable cotton blend, durable crew style, and embedding the message right into the function.
It does seem pretty low-key, a way to acknowledge service without, making a big show of it.
Yeah.
The appreciation is literally woven in, right?
Yeah.
Specifically on the soul, so it's kind of private.
Exactly. And you have to ask why the subtlety. By putting texts like, "My oath never expires," or "Every veteran is a hero" on the soul, the recognition becomes, well, internalized. It's not for anyone else to see necessarily. It's more of a private, maybe daily affirmation of their identity, their commitment, something that resonates maybe when they're getting dressed, those quiet moments.
That turns a really simple, everyday item into this continuous, unspoken nod to their service. It's a unique blend of just being practical, but also motivational. And the sources mentioned it's a variety pack, too. Different camo patterns suitable for work, outdoors, every day, extending that subtle message across different parts of their life.
Pretty much. It makes the appreciation part of their routine.
So what does this all mean? Okay, we've covered quite a range here. We went from efficient bulk items for big groups like keychains to really formal, lasting awards like those gold-plated pins, then the big visual statements, the canvas art, and finally right down to the quiet daily affirmation with something like motivational socks.
Yeah, I think the takeaway, the synthesis here is pretty clear. Choosing the right way to show appreciation is fundamentally about matching the form of that appreciation to the scale and the context of the honor being given. Whether you're dealing with logistics for hundreds, ensuring dignity in a formal setting, or embedding meaning into daily life, every example we looked at serves as a kind of tangible symbol. They're all designed in their own way to convey genuine appreciation and lasting respect for the sacrifices veterans have made.
And that really ties back perfectly to the overarching theme in the sources, doesn't it? That the freedoms we have today are, at their core, built on the courage and the commitment of those who, answer the call to serve. These gifts, whether they're given out en masse or carefully selected for one person, are ultimately just ways to communicate that deep gratitude.
Absolutely. And maybe a final thought for you as you consider how you might express thanks this year. Think about how that emphasis on durability, on secure mechanisms, remember the fade-resistant canvas, the locking clutch on the pins, how that reflects a kind of deeper societal expectation. It seems we expect these symbols of gratitude to be lasting, to be secure. It implies the honor itself shouldn't fade or be easily lost. What does that tell you, really, about the enduring value our society places on honoring military service? Something to ponder.